About 6 years ago, we started doing a lot of research, and then Curt started building this van. And the purpose of that was to take us and our two kitties, Vanna and G Money, on an epic adventure around the world. Now, for those of you that have been following the journey here on YouTube from the very beginning, and for those that just pop in from time to time to see how we're doing, and even those that are just now joining us for the first time here on YouTube, thank you, thank you, thank you for the support. And a special shout out to all of our YouTube members and anyone else that has helped to support our journey along the way. We definitely could not have made it this 5.5 years without you. For the new people, just to quickly catch you up on where we are. We have been traveling for 5.5 years in this van. We started in our home country of the United States, and we toured for several months to say farewell to our family and friends. Then we traveled through Mexico and Central America before shipping our van to Colombia in South America, where the journey continued south through Ecuador, Peru, Brazil, Chile, and all the way to the southern tip of Argentina, and then back up to Buenos Aires, where we put the van on a cargo ship and sent it over to Europe in Antwerp, Belgium. Now we've been zigzagging across this continent, visiting 17 countries for about 14 months, which brings us to where we are right now, here in southern Spain, where we are preparing for our biggest challenge yet, Africa. To be brief, we're going to take a ferry from Tarifa, Spain to Tangier, Morocco, where our 14th series here on YouTube begins. We will attempt to travel through Morocco and down the west coast of Africa, through Central Africa, all the way down to the southern tip just past Cape Town, and then explore the whole of southern Africa before turning back north towards Kenya, where we will put our van on a ship again to continue our journey somewhere else. After much research for this next leg of our adventure, and after living and traveling in the van for over 5 years, it is certain that we need to make some upgrades to the van to navigate this wild and crazy route. And while we are at it, Curt is going to make some modifications to the van that are based on our experience and are long overdue. Coming up, we will cover the things that we're going to change in our van. So let's go.
Hey guys, this is Curt, and I'm going to be sharing with you the 8 major things that we changed in the van. Now, a word of caution, a lot of these things were done with materials and tools that we already were carrying with the van, but where we needed to fill in the gaps, we were able to find local vendors here in Spain to pick up the few little odds and ends we needed. Now, we also found a really cool mechanic that helped us too, but we got a long list here, so let's jump right in. Number 1 is a new battery bank from Remodel. And I need to tell you that this video is sponsored by Remodel, and they specialize in high quality lithium batteries that are built to last. Now, we currently have an 800 amp hour or a 10,000 watt lithium battery bank. And if you're thinking that's a pretty big system, I would agree. And although these older batteries are still strong, they have 5+ years of full-time use. Electrics are the key to making this van into a comfortable home. From lights, to water, to refrigeration, to cooking with induction stovetop and an electric oven, to charging our computers, phones, and cameras, and even to run air conditioning, we are stranded without reliable energy in our house. Now that's why we have partnered with Remodel to increase our battery bank to 15,000 watts or 1,200 amp hours. After researching these batteries, I'm excited about the technology and the simplicity of these batteries. We already have them, and I love the battery management protection system. It's built into each of these 4 300 amp hour batteries. They're super simple to install, lightweight, compact, and powerful. And that's exactly what I was looking for to upgrade our system. Now they have a full line of different sized batteries, and the price points are impressive. I'll put a link in the description, and I'll be making a more detailed video specifically about these Remodel batteries after we have a chance to test them out and give you a full review in the coming weeks. But as some of you can imagine, Africa can get pretty hot. So we're excited to put these batteries to the test with our full-time van life travel lifestyle that includes air conditioning. Number 2, redid the electrical system. Now, while I was changing out our battery system, I redid my core electrical system. My old batteries had an external battery management protection system, and since the new batteries have one that's built in, I was able to remove a lot of complex wiring and components. Now, I had someone else do my original electrics, as I did not have the confidence 6 years ago to do it myself. So this was a great opportunity to clean everything up, to reduce some of the connections, to shorten some of these cables, and just give me more confidence in our system. Which of all the things on the van you don't want to get wrong in a van build, I consider the electrical system number 1. So this was a good upgrade to get done. Number 3, at long last, suspension upgrades, brand new Sumo springs. If there's one thing I'm sort of kicking myself in the butt for not doing in the initial build, this is number 1 on my list. Listen up. And I can say this with confidence because, spoiler alert, we've already had our new Sumo springs installed. Special thanks to the awesome team over at Super Springs International who got us these springs here in Spain over the Christmas, New Year's, and Three Kings holidays when Spain is mostly shut down. So just a little note about these bad boys. These are progressive springs that replaced our bump stops and supplement our suspension system. Now these aren't hard rubber like our stock bump stops, but these are more like medium soft springs made from high-tech microcellular polyurethane. Of course, they have a fancy patented manufacturing process, which is what makes these awesome. But what you really need to know is that because they are progressive, they engage early and often. And as they compress more, the technology is such that the springs become firmer, which means they reduce vibration, they reduce sag associated with carrying weight or loads, they reduce sway when you're going around curves, and they soften rebounds on those bumpy roads. And Lord knows we've been on plenty of those, which is precisely why I'm kicking myself in the butt for not getting them sooner. Now these are something I consider essential for our journey through Africa, but also for anyone with a vehicle that is carrying additional weight, whether it's passengers or cargo. I wished I would have installed these when we first got the van. That's why we decided to become ambassadors, which means we can pass a discount on to you. By using the link in the description below and the code JourneyBetter15, you will receive a 15% discount. As I said, you'll find the link below in the description. These are game changers for our ride, and I'm confident they will be for you as well. And we look forward to updating you on the performance as we navigate these roads in Africa. Number 4, a towing winch and under chassis protection. In our last video, we gave you all the details of the challenges of this overlanding tour through Africa. In case you missed it, our biggest concern is the road conditions, especially under the threat of rainy season. Not only will some of these roads be bumpy, rocky, sandy, and or muddy, some of them are so remote that Google hasn't even been there. That said, we may need to be able to rescue ourselves, unlike the time we got stuck in the mud in Argentina. That was pretty bad. So, we had the awesome folks at Sealess 4x4 install a 12,000 pound winch and under chassis protection. Now, to be fair, if you're not going to be doing an extreme adventure such as ours, this is probably something you would not consider. Although this was an expensive project, TIA. This is Africa, and this is an insurance policy we feel we need and hope that we never have to use. In addition to the winch that I've shown you, they also installed the undercover chassis to protect the van's vital parts. And of course, I noticed, just like you, as I watched these clips that Miguel from Sealess 4x4 shot for us, how dirty our radiator and underparts are. And finally, I should also mention that they installed the sumo springs while they had the van in the shop. Thanks guys, really appreciate it. Number 5, recovery traction boards. These work to help you get out when you're stuck in the sand or mud. You sort of dig out around the tires and then jam these under to give you a stabilized traction as you try to unstick the van. And these are recommended to use even if you're using the wrench. Now we have a 4x4 dually, which means we have 4 tires in the back, and of course we have 2 in the front. So we got 3 sets, and I mounted them up on the side of the attic. Again, these aren't there to look cool, even though they do. They are there to help us through the tough spots we expect to encounter in Africa. Number 6, extra fuel cans and a storage fuel can rack. Now on this journey through Africa, there are some long stretches where fuel will be in shortage, or where stations will be few and far between, and some areas where the quality of the fuel will be questionable. I built a rack with a secure locking mechanism for easy access and secure storage, so we can carry 10 extra gallons or 20 liters of extra diesel for the ride. Now I built this out of some leftover metal material that I had up in the attic from the original build, so it's kind of pieced together, but I'm pleased with the way it turned out, and it's definitely going to be more functional than it is going to be beautiful. Number 7, a self-performed oil change. Maybe this doesn't fit this list, but I changed our oil for the first time myself. Now, some of you have suggested I should have been doing it myself anyway, and well, I did. By doing it myself, I saved a bunch of money, and it was easy enough process and something I need to be prepared to do, as this may be required in Africa. We will be carrying extra filters and oil in case the need arises, and in addition, we'll be carrying other tools and parts that we've been carrying with us the whole way. And finally, number 8, the Starlink satellite mini mount. And to finish the list of stuff outside the van, I mounted more permanently our Starlink mini satellite system. Now we got this in France a few months ago, and I sort of temporarily permanently installed it, but it was time for an upgrade. And this Starlink has proven to be an awesome investment, especially when we do a lot of uploading of YouTube videos, as well as downloading music and other things to support the channel. I improved the installation with a RAM mount, making the installation cleaner, more out of sight, and more secure. The ram mount allows for easy adjustment to get the precise angle that Starlink likes. However, I have found that by having it level, almost flush with the solar panel, gives me pretty good signal even while driving. Basically, I only have to mess with the angle when we need super fast connection for uploading videos or something intensive like that. Starlink has been another thing that we added to the van that has been a total game changer. Now, there were a lot of other little odds and ends that we did inside of the van, and Snow's gonna start with those right now.
When it comes to building and modifying the van, that is Curt's job, wheelhouse, responsibility without a doubt. But I did have a few things that were on my list as we're getting the van ready for Africa. First, we've always kind of just had some lights hanging throughout the van. When we built the van, we put in really bright white lights, and those aren't good for just hanging out in the evening. We like a more cool yellow tone to the van to keep things relaxed. Well, we found some really good lights not long ago, so we ordered them, had them shipped in, and we've installed them permanently in the van, so they're not just hanging up there with a thumbtack or wrapped around a hat rack. And we're really happy with how they look when the lights are on. And for the first time, we even added some of the twinkle lights back in the bedroom as well, so we can turn them on from back there or from up here in the kitchen. We have been on bumpy roads in the past, but we are going to be on much bumpier roads as we head down the west coast of Africa. So we wanted to tighten up our cabinets in the van. Sometimes when we're on a rough road, they bounce a lot and they chatter. And it's annoying for us, of course, to hear a rattle in the van. But we know that the loud chatter back in the bedroom area for sure scares the kitty cats. And when we're on a bumpy road, we want to do anything we can to keep the cats calm. So Curt installed some new little cabinet door holders that click them in place so they can't move. I'm sure they have a formal name, but we're very pleased with how tight and snug they are, and we know those cabinets back in the bedroom are not going to make loud noises when we hit big bumps. That's good for the kitty cats. In our YouTube videos, a lot of times you see our dash cam footage. And when we're in a bright sunny place, there can be a glare on the dash. You also can see anything we have laying up in the console area, like cups or sunglasses or anything, in the reflection of the window. So we got creative. We don't know if it's gonna work or not, but we bought a yoga mat that is a black matte color. We cut it to fit the dash, and we're hoping that that will, one, cut down on the glare and make the dash cam better, and two, Vanna is our dash kitty, and sometimes when she jumps up there, she slips and slides. We're hoping it'll make a little bit more of a grippy place for her. And it actually does a third thing. It protects our cameras that are on the dash up there from the sun a little bit. So it'll take us a little while to see how this turns out, but we think it is a good ad. We finally broke down and got a new mattress. Now, we've kind of been looking for one since Argentina, but we have an odd-shaped bed back there, so we had to wait till we were in a country that had a bed that was the measurements that we needed. That's something you guys might not know. European beds, South America beds, and American beds, everybody has different sizes. But here in Spain, we found one at IKEA that fits perfect, and we are excited about having a new mattress. My biggest responsibility for the van upgrades, modifications, and prep work was to declutter and get us a bit more organized. When you live in a tiny space, any little extra thing can just cause chaos. So we took everything out of the van, put it into the kitchen area of our little tiny Airbnb, and slowly but surely we went through each box, each little bucket, each drawer, each bag. We got rid of a lot of stuff, labeled things, put things where they should go, and hopefully that helps us fit everything back into the van smoothly and makes things a bit more organized. And that was a lot of work and a lot of chaos, but it feels good to have it done.
So, for those of you who've been watching, some of you thought we were just kind of sitting back and relaxing, but if you missed it, the last video is where we did all the logistics, planning, research, and preparation. And let me tell you, that alone was a lot of the work. But add that to all the stuff that we did on the van, including having it in the shop for a week, finding parts and materials here in Spain, ordering things online, doing all the research, doing all the work, getting everything out of the van and everything back into the van. We were working literally until the last minute that we had to check out of our Airbnb. I think our time was 11:03. We were supposed to check out at 11. But special thanks to Lucia. Our Airbnb was perfect for what we needed to do. Lucia was our hostess with the mostest, and she helped us find a lot of the local vineyards and the places to go. To be honest with you, we would have been absolutely lost without her. Thank you so much, Lucia. We really appreciate it. You were a big help in this journey, and we will remember you forever. But guys, guess what? In the next video, we are gonna be back in the van. So we will be headed to the ferry, headed to Morocco to start our journey down through West Africa and all the way down to the southern tip of Africa and back up. So do us a favor, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn your notifications on. Guys, this is going to be an exciting cultural experience, an intense journey, and well, we don't really even know. But we know we'd love to have you guys along with the journey, so we hope to see you on the next one. Cheers.
If you liked this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really helps us a lot. And if you want to see more of our videos, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you know when new videos come out. We'll see you guys in a few days from somewhere out here in the world. Cheers.